أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات، قصة نجاح أتتنا إلى الدولة منذ عام 2013. Mr. Abhay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your company. Our team said to you, welcome in our program.
Thank you.
And we would like to know about yourself. Who's Abhay when he comes to this country at the first time and what he's doing at this moment?
Small town guy from India, engineering graduate with lot of aspirations and lot of dreams. I started my career in India. I think worked for around 6 years in India, and then moved here in UAE in 2013 to join a job here, a company called Catalyst Business Solutions. And then the whole journey started in UAE, and after working around 3.5 years or 4 years, I decided to start by my own. So that's where MAST was founded in 2017.
Let's talk about India first. So how you hear about UAE when you was in India?
Across the globe, who doesn't know about UAE? I mean, UAE has been a dream for anyone to, who wants to get into the business or even on the job profile, because there is the most advanced, country in terms of the technology, in terms of the digital presence, or in the form of the technology, is the hub. Right? So,
when we talk about the IT engineer who joined this country and he need to keep updating his skills and he need to update his courses because the technology is keep hiring or high. So what you was doing first 4 years when you was an employee, how did you prove yourself in this country first as an employee?
you have to continuously, go through your learning process, understanding about the technology, the change of technology, how world is moving, how dynamic is the market, to, introduce or adopt the new technology. So that's where I was, just learning, and, keep on planning that if I have to start tomorrow, what I have to do, what steps I have to take.
Did you specialize with special operating system or all kind of?
We are not specialized in any particular operating system. So we started as a cybersecurity consulting organization, and the first project itself for the organization was managing one of the biggest oil and gas companies' security operations for next 3 years.
Always the IT engineer when he start work in the company in the past, he was also only offices things, mouse, keyboard, something that's not to build the knowledge. So, but you maybe build or growth the knowledge more, right?
So thankfully, since beginning in my career, I have been so lucky and fortunate to get the kind of a role of management consulting. Okay, so where you have to learn more and more about how the business functions work based on the IT.
Yes.
Okay, and IT operations is in that you have to fix the keyboard, mouse,
Right.
and the LAN and all those things. But I have been mostly working in the management consulting side. So where you have to advise, like I was working in KPMG India. So there we have to, in my role, in my capacity, I have to consult the government, state government's IT department, how to secure the data, how to manage the data, how to keep the data center up and running, without any challenges. So that actually helped me a lot to shape the MAST when later I started.
So you start your first company here in 2017, right?
Yes.
That time Dubai start going through IT more and more, and people start talking more and more about IT at that time.
Especially about cybersecurity.
Yes.
Cloud adoption, digital security, all those things. That was the time when things started moving very fast. There was a discussion around these topics, since 2010 or 11, but the adoptability and the discussion started very aggressive in around 2016-17.
What is MAST?
So MAS is basically a very unique techno consulting organization where we don't just advise companies on the that what need to be done, what do's and don'ts and all. We actually do the execution as well. So we advise, we help, and we work with the customer to fix those problems. We don't just identify as a normal consulting firm. We don't just advise or we find the challenge. We fix it as well. So that's the unique thing about the MAS.
We know that's always we need the person that he handle the things in the company. So when you give any solution for anybody, you need to train the employees, right? So did you give them a special courses, or you advise them to take a courses?
Yeah, so mostly when we onboard people, we hire people. Of course, they are well experienced in the industry. They have those particular skills. Then only we hire. So far, we haven't gone into the hiring mode of interns or fresh graduates because of the startup mode we were. So whenever we hire, we look for those skills, and of course the continuous improvement program, the skill upgrade program that we have inside, and they go for their learning path.
When we talk about the time in 2018, 17, 19, blockchain start talk and more crypto coming to this world. Also, people start not understanding what's going on. So we can say 8% only the people who are understanding what's going on. So how you hand it and start explain for the people how is important that.
I would answer this like more and more adaptability of the IT, cloud, digital, blockchain, and all those that help us more to do in the cybersecurity. Okay, because the more things are getting digital, there is a risk of the data breach, leakage, security challenges. So one side, things were moving on the cloud, AI, blockchain. Other side, we were preparing and we're building our practice on the cybersecurity.
So you build your own
Towards that.
firewall. Yani.
Yeah. So we are not limited to the firewall only. We go much more beyond that. We do security architecture design for the organization, enterprise architecture in terms of aligned with the cybersecurity, then regulatory compliances. Or each country, UAE, Saudi, India, whichever country you name, they have something or other their own version of the regulation in terms of the data privacy, data protection, cybersecurity, information assurance, and all. So that's where we pick, and we are totally aligned to provide those services beyond the firewall.
Did you work under umbrella of Cisco or Oracle, or you supporting this field?
So that's the something which I've been very particular since beginning, that we will not go under the umbrella of anyone. Okay, it's customer's choice what they want. Okay, we as an advisor, we as a consultant, we have to give them a piece of advice which is suitable for their own business.
What about
That is-
compatibility with the devices?
So we put our recommendations. Okay, you want to go with Cisco, or you want to go with FortiGate, or you want to go with Palo Alto, for example, or on the business application side, you want to go with the Oracle or Microsoft or maybe SAP, whatever. That's your choice. These are apple to apple comparison as per your business need.
But you need to understand all these parts. So how much time you take to build the knowledge or upgrading yourself for these updates what's happening?
So that's something you have to spend a lot of time on, doing research. When many of the time when I sit, for the research of this, these topics, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, I'll continuously, looking at the screen and just going to, something or the other websites, getting more and more insights. There are reports published by different agencies like Gartner and all those. So you have to keep reading, keep updating yourself. These companies, for example, Oracle or Palo Alto or Cisco, they keep on releasing their updates, where they are moving, what next they are going to do, all those things. So you have to keep updated. Yeah.
Did you build your own platform?
One of the service in MAS, we have application development program. So in which we have our 4 products, which is mostly around customer experience, post-sale customer experience, and that is field operations management, audit and compliance management for the organization. So I think 4 apps we have, which our customers are using.
Let's talk about MAST family. So how many employees you have and how you treat them?
So today we have around 33, family of 33 people across UAE, India, and Saudi. Very boutique organization, I would say, but tightly engaged, and we love to know about each other, spend time like a family. No matter what, even today, if I need something at 12 at night, I've been very fortunate. None of the colleagues say no, I'm off the work right now.
We can say the first companies which get benefits from Corona, IT section, right?
Yes.
How is it?
Of course, that was the first experience in, at least in our generation. This was the first, experience of any kind of pandemic situation where you cannot step out of your house and forget about reaching to the company or working. So, from connectivity to the productivity, everything was totally disrupted, right? So. And that is where the IT has to play the major role of this remote working, distance working, reaching to the office applications, resources without reaching to the office physically. So that was in one term, yes, it was a blessing to the IT industry, for enabling all those particular terminologies and technologies which was not being aggressively adopted by the industry, like cloud, like this work-life balance kind of thing. Now, hardly we have to visit any customer site, for doing work. Everyone is so adapted to the remote working, remote support, remote meetings and everything. So in a way, it was good, and it benefited a lot to the IT industry.
We need to talk about after Corona that e-commerce start going high and high, and they always have mistakes and many problems, and they need your consult or advice. So what you did for them?
So on the e-commerce side, the thing was that it was adopted very fast, okay, because of the limitation happened during Corona. And whenever you're doing something which is in the rush or very fast, then there's a natural mistakes you will make. So that's where we we took the approach, consulting to the companies, right from designing of the platform, finding out the gaps, finding out the technology limitations, and consulting to fix those gaps. And because your e-commerce system is somewhere associated with the payment collection and all those, which is the biggest that you are collecting the customer data, you are collecting some of the e-commerce side, they are collecting the credit card informations, your product details, your store details and everything.
Right.
So our experience of cybersecurity, management consulting, customer experience, all bundled together and help them a lot to fix those gap.
Cloud or on server?
Cloud.
Why?
I would rephrase it. It depends on the business need. To be honest, okay. Some of the like I'm the organization, my data is very sensitive. Okay, and I need to keep my data on at any cost, right? So cloud is okay, good. I can keep it my primary site, but I would love to have something on my premise as well. As well as on top of that, there are nowadays hybrid or your own private cloud you can make within your premise, right? Of course, that comes with the challenges, complexity, management, complexity, maintaining that, managing that, the resources, the quality of resources, what you need to have. But as a choice, if I have a choice, to use the system, I would prefer to go for the cloud.
For cloud.
Yeah.
And when we talk about mining age, we can say all the people going through the mining, and after that, Big problem happening. What you find solution for this people?
See, the way we are growing on the IT, this mining, crypto, all those things, of course, that is creating the cyber threat as well, right? I was recently, reading an article that 10 most influential person on the crypto side, they got, they are about to get their punishment, from the different agencies for
Right.
breaching breaching the system, the data and all. So it's a continuous, program. It's a continuous work which we have to do as a industry experts. We have to continuously watch, monitor. Every day there is a new thread. Every day there is a new attack, new type of attack. The
Right.
mode of so it's a continuous work. No one can say that we can make this IT systems or this mining and everything foolproof in next 1 week time.
Why you didn't go through the hardware?
In my personal opinion, dealing with the hardware is a kind of you are doing a trading. So that's something which is very easy to do.
Uh-huh.
I can buy from one place, supply to the customer, and we are done.
And you
Right.
don't think to make your own device or own brand?
Maybe future,
Inshallah.
not right now. But what approach and with the thought when we founded MAST was like to benefit the industry, benefit the customer from our own inherent skills what we have. Okay, whether in terms of the data center or the IT, data management, cyber security, application, whatever it is. That's where we add value to the customer. Hardware moving, I can buy this whole setup, give it to them, I'm done. There is no value add from my side to the customer, right?
And how you keep your employees up to date?
On-job trainings, their vendor trainings. They get weekly. They get 4 hours of off time just for the reading to prepare for the certification. We keep on encouraging them for going for the certifications, learn more and more, and there are incentives for the learning.
I don't want to ask you how many certificates you have. For sure, you have so many. But what is the important certificate that you have it?
It depends on what kind of profile you're working for. Okay, there are thousands of certification within the IT
Sir.
profile. So if you're on the management side, then better to have something which is on the enterprise level, like TOGIF, maybe CISSP. See, so all these, like again, if you are in the cybersecurity domain or information security domain, then there are different certifications. If you're on the data management side, there are different certifications involved. So totally depends on the professor, but it has two category. One, what level of job you have in the organization, and second, what is your domain or subdomain.
AI, did you go through it?
Yeah, so that's
What's the important thing in this part?
it's very important, and it's very it's kind of need of the hour. Okay, see, all of us are generating data. Even by sitting, by talking, we are generating the data which we cannot even imagine.
Sir.
Okay, daily, each and every individual, whether you are working in an office, you're not working, you're an
Right.
individual, student, kid, everybody is generating data, and to make that data useful, meaningful, and to get benefited from those digital assets,
Right.
digital property you have. AI is very, very important to take life to the next level.
So is the best way to transfer the digital for physical, we can say it?
Yeah.
What you are planning for the future, Mr. Abhay?
So we are, of course, we are in the path of the growth. Okay, we are increasing our footprint across Middle East. Next year in 2024 first Q,
Inshallah.
we are thinking of getting into Kuwait and Oman market, as well as adding more services to our portfolio, like CISO services for the customer, advisory services like one-to-one advisory to the organizations without engaging on the execution side. So those kind of services we are in planning. Is still not finalized, but yes, on the growth path.
Is it right that the IT person, he cannot organize his time?
In fact, I would say it's easy for them to to organize the time because you have all the tools around you.
But you cannot, personally.
Exactly, you can.
So you don't have time for home, for sure, right?
I have been very particular about this since beginning. Like I've been, hearing about the founders. They don't get time. They don't reach home at time. But for me, it has been always a priority for family. Like 6:30, I have to be at home at any cost. Whether I have to light my candle night to work, but family time should not be compromised at all.
So behind the businessman, there is a woman. You agree, right?
Yeah, of course.
How she support?
She is fantastic, and like I would say, because of her only, I can focus on my business. I can focus on my work, and she also comes from the similar kind of background, IT and IT enabled services. So she helped me a lot in advising, in supporting me on the projects where I'm stuck, which is not my core expertise, but she has. So she keep on supporting on it. I would say I'm like it is her behind me who is helping to grow the company.
Metaverse is the future.
Sorry.
Is the metaverse is the future now?
Yeah.
So do you have any activity there, or did you build anything in that area?
Not yet, but inshallah maybe 2024.
Inshallah. So personally, Mr. Abhay, who built your character?
It's a lot of it's a contribution of so many contributions of so many people. Like it starts with the parents, of course. Whatever they transferred, whatever I see in them, okay, that is. And then of course, when you get into the industry, every day, every customer, like if you are interacting with a customer, that is also learning. That is also giving you something to build your character. Okay, and of course the family. My wife, she has been very, very particular on all these things. The life values, financial values,
Right.
and more of the thing is the moral values. So,
Mr. Abhay, many newcomers coming to this country to find their opportunities. What you find it here. So what you will advise these people before they come here?
do a lot of market research. Don't open or jump into a market or in a particular category looking at that XYZ are doing better. Okay, do your own research. Collect all the data. We are living in the age of digital. Okay, so nothing is hidden from anyone.
Right.
You can easily get all the reports. You can easily get the statistics.
Right.
Government release, Chamber of Commerce they release, and there are agencies who are very professionally they do this kind of work. So do the research and then plan the execution properly. Don't just jump with the same. Okay, I got the platform. I'll take the
updated.
product and
You need
we
to
are
keep
then.
updated.
Yeah.
Right.
In fact, we are also planning to launch our own e-commerce platform in 2024.
Inshallah. Finally, this country which give us opportunity that we cannot find it over the world, and we can say the best country that we feel safe in this country only. Other countries we cannot find the same in what we find it in UAE. So starting from His Highness Sheikh Zayed, the first step, and son of Zayed, they make it number one. What you will say for UAE leaders and government for all this opportunity that we have?
I would say whatever I'm here in business because of the leadership of UAE, you will never get. I personally travel around 25, 26 countries, and you will not, get these kind of environment support, easy access to everything, every piece of information or the process anywhere. So even it is that easy. I cannot open or I cannot do business as easy I'm doing here in India. Right? For example, here if I have to set up a new entity, I just need maybe a week or 2 weeks time.
Smart government starts from 2014. Man.
Yeah. So and that is, see, there are a lot of countries, they are promoting their digital. We are going digital. We are providing digital services. Things are digitalized and all those. Okay. But the kind of execution and the kind of easy it is in UAE, you will never find anywhere. I will not name the country within the Middle East, but it took us around 12 months to make the company operational. So there was a country where we tried to establish the company, the business. And it took us, they've been promoting their digital infrastructure, digital services, governance to set up the company and all. But it took around 12 months to move to the next step.
You didn't try to advise them?
And we finally dropped this idea, yeah.
You didn't try to advise them or give them solutions?
Again, it depends on we can advise. We can be an advisor, we can be a consultant to fix the system, but it depends on the leadership if they want to listen or no. Right? And that's what the beauty of UAE is. Every day you see something new, better, and improved things are coming in UAE. To support the young generation, to support the entrepreneurs. I don't have any business background, right? I'm the first generation entrepreneur. My father has been in government service. Mm-hmm. No idea. I never studied any business academies. I never been to. But it was so easy here in UAE that you don't need any training. You can do by your own, and that's what make it beautiful. So all thanks to, I've been telling this to all the platforms. What Dubai can give you, what UAE can give you, no other country, no other leadership can give you. All thanks to the leadership, Sheikh Mohammed, Sheikh Hamdan, the entire leadership of the UAE. They are fantastic.
And from our side, Mr. Abhay will say to you, thank you so much for spending your time with our team, and welcome again in EMARATI program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
دفوتها لها غير وترحبهم ترحب